What's going on, folks? Hope you're having a great night or day. Today we got ourselves a new developer blog for V-Rising, and this one ties into the World of Vardoran. For early access, we're going to be able to explore 4 regions: the Farbane Woods, Dunley Farmlands, Silverlight Hills, and the Cursed Forest, with the Hollowed Mountain snow biome being a sub-region of the first 2. They describe V-Rising in this article as a living world, and every step of crafting it comes with consideration for how they convey its Gothic themes. The world needs to be wickedly indulgent in its mystery. This is a place that monsters call home, whether it be a reflection of man's cruelty or a reflection of those that walk in the shadows. As newly awoken vampires strike out to explore and conquer, it is their desire that details of the world itself give clues to its history. Let's start with Farbane Woods. The one word used to describe this region is quaint. When the vampires of old were driven to near extinction by the Church of Luminance, the Farbane Woods was where they held their final stand. The land is littered with the ruins of vampire civilization, scattered with crumbling foundations of ancient strongholds from hundreds of years in the past. It's here, in the south corners of Farbane, where the first vampires will awaken from their centuries-long slumber and begin to flex their claws. A rocky and unfriendly terrain unsuitable for proper farming. The woods are rife with hungry predators that stalk the bushes and ruins. The most stable structures are mausoleums of ancient vampire graveyards from the age of Dracula. The terrain is dotted with transient bandit camps and wooden strongholds that house the remnants of humankind. Here's where vampires will encounter their first proper human prey, the bandits. The decay of the Great Barrier that once protected the vampiric crypts has allowed this band of murderous thieves to find home here. These bandits survive almost exclusively on raiding, salvaging, and game hunting. As a result, their technology is relatively primitive to the constant advance of the great city of Brighthaven and its territories, making the bandits a fine first test for baby vampires to hunt down. We then have Dunley Farms. Dunley was once the shining crown of Dracula's empire, but has since crumbled to dust. The remnants made a fine place for human civilization to expand and settle. The ground was soaked in the blood of endless battles that drove humanity to the edge of extinction. This region bears fruits, vegetables, and hosts the finest livestock on this continent. In this screenshot, we can see a quiet moment in the Dunley Monastery, and this is followed by the next section. For the people of Dunley, the church's victory over the vampire threat has allowed them to take back their fields once again. Instead of having their blood drained from their throats, they pour it into their work, farming, and service of themselves. They're simple people with simple desires, and the aristocrats and powers within the Church of Luminance ensure that it stays that way. This region may persuade you that Dracula's influence has faded entirely from the land. However, fragments of his dark powers still linger over the land like the eerie, lonely stillness of a foggy morning. Strange sounds rattle in seemingly abandoned fields at night. Defenseless town people avoid the desolate pathways, as everyone seems to know someone that's mysteriously gone missing. The church and militia have worked together to enclose the local iron mine with a full regiment of soldiers, but have neglected to explain why. Captain Octavian leads their forces while also being under the watchful eyes of the Church of Luminance. It'll be no small feat to carve through their ranks and bend this place to our will. It is, however, a necessary step on the road to ascension and a challenge worth undertaking. We then have the Cursed Forest. There's only one safe way to enter these lands, and safe is a relative term. To find your way here, follow the roads to the northmost part of Dunley, where the path begins to get muddy, and the scent of rotting corpses should take you the rest of the way. It is said that the last of Dracula's loyalists, fanatical to the point of worship, attempted to revive their emperor through dangerous and wretched rituals in the aftermath of his death. Whatever happened, no intelligent being lived to tell the tale, and what's left in the aftermath is the horrible curse that inhabits this place. Though once having the same sprightly charm as the Farbane Woods, the once vibrant forest has been corrupted by forces so dire that the land itself has become malevolent. The shattered remains of civilization crawl with tortured spirits and walking, half-living corpses. Even the witches, ancient primal forces, have become darker, uglier reflections of themselves. We then finish off with the Silverlight Hills, where humanity seems to burn the brightest. This is the seat of human civilization's power. The leaves, grass, and fauna alike are all ablaze with the vivid sunset colors of autumn. Between the sparkling western shores of Vardoran and the winding valleys of this mountainous terrain, the highest order of human civilization flourishes in this land. This is the sprawling port city of Brighthaven, and the home of the Church of Luminance. The shores of Silverlight is where man first landed in Vardoran. Because of this, it's appropriate that the place would serve as the birthplace of human society. Its veins of silver ore, a material of such purity that it's toxic to vampire kind, gave the final resistance the ability to narrowly fend off the looming reach of Dracula's empire. This port city, a hub of trade and stability in the region, is a living and breathing ecosystem. Those rich and powerful, and those most closely tied to the Church of Luminance, make their homes here in the wealthier part of the city. In the slums we have the lowest of subjects, those less fortunate and the backbone of the Brighthaven society. Just outside of Brighthaven, on the highest hill, is a shining beacon of the light's influence, the Fortress of Light. This sacred site is guarded by the church's greatest champion, Solaris, who is a symbol of hope and preservation in the name of the church. And that's everything they've told us so far about the world of Vardoran. Thank you all so much for watching and have a wonderful night or day. Farewell.
Just